Hello everyone. This is a late game entry. I know that a lot of you have already played Dark Souls and that it's a pretty popular game on its own, but I've decided that I'm going to record more or less a basic how do you
Perhaps.
get started explanation. A good starter class, show some hints and tips on certain areas, and how to beat most of the bosses, if not all of the bosses. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to be playing through the tutorial, showing you just the basics, along with the tutorial, of course. Uh, First hint, do not hit these dogs. They are not aggressive, but if you hit them, they will gang up on you, and they will kill you. And right now all you have is your fists, which I've done a fist build, very fun, but for now we will just avoid it. Can we take off this equipment? We can. So this is how you start off. Default character is male, but we can change that very soon. Rusted coin, early item you can get, not incredibly useful. Let's show it off. You start out with the dark sign, which is a way to return to your bonfire, but you lose your souls. I'll explain bonfires and souls in a bit. The rusted coin is a way to increase luck. It's actually useful if you're going for specific drops, especially later on when you're Titanite chunk farming. I'll explain Titanite chunk farming later. We do not want to go this way. This way be dragons. But you get what I'm saying. We're going to head over here, down the path, grab the silken stone, which will be very soon, and we will go and talk to the firekeepers. I'm going to be skipping all the videos. I'm going to be not showing most of the areas because I don't want to show a new player how to explore. You should figure that out on your own. I may show hidden bits or especially important items, in my opinion, towards getting this build that I'm going to be showing. Let's see. For class, I'm a little torn. Explorer comes with a huge starting set of items, which is incredibly useful. Having the high adaptability down there, I'm about to explain stats, but the high adaptability gives you a couple of extra iframes, which is really useful if you're not going to be using a shield, but I'm going to be recommending a shield for your first playthrough. Deprived, I always say depraved. Deprived, I strongly recommend you start at the Deprived. It's really helpful not to have any... How do we put this? It's a blank slate. You don't get anything to start off with. You have to learn everything. So it really focuses you early game. You don't end up with a set of armor that you're going to stick with for a long time, so it makes you start looking at armor from the beginning. It makes you start looking at weapons from the beginning. It makes you take the game seriously from your first step out the door. But if you're a new player who's unfamiliar with the Souls games, the Knight does have some good starting stats. The extra strength that you start off with and the extra health will really help you with survivability. So it's really between those three, I would say. Knight, Explorer, which comes with a ring, which I honestly forgot all about that, and the Deprived. I'm going to start off with the Explorer, and for the gift, I will be choosing the Petrified something, just so that we can show off its use. I'm not going to play with the stats or the appearance at all. We're going to start out just like this.
All people come here.
Ladies, lady, if you come up here, there's an item available. The human effigy, those are useful. If you watch the story, you'll see. You use those to regain human form if you die. Let's go through the stats. So that's your top overall level. Next to that, the number of souls you have available, which is also shown in the bottom right. The next level is displayed here, how many souls you'll need. That goes up every level, of course. And your soul memory. Soul memory is used to determine who you can access in PvP. I'm going to say right now, the wiki is your friend. If you're trying to play for the lore, try not to use the wiki for the lore. But for finding where items are, for finding how to use items, and for a much better explanation of how to level, what stats do what, explore the wiki. It can be a great help to you. And there's a lot of this game that's not very transparent or strongly explained, which I actually like. It doesn't throw a lot at you starting off. But the reason I'm making this video is because people could use a little bit of help getting off on the right foot. For now, I'll just say soul memory. You want to be near the soul memory of people that you're playing with. Soul memory is a combination of all the souls you've collected, whether you've used them to level up or you've spent them on equipment or items. So you can have a very low level character with good equipment and a high soul memory. This is the difference from the last game in which your level determined your PvP and PvE co-op exclusively. And it led to people with very high equipment at very low level being able to challenge other low-level, newer players, which I think it's a good thing that they've moved past that. Vigor is your first attribute. It determines your HP. I know you'd think Vitality would do that, but it does not. Confuses me too, but get used to it. You have... Vigor is the primary HP stat. HP is raised by just about every stat as you level up. Every stat has basically a primary and secondary stats that it will raise. Endurance will determine your stamina, which is that green bar up there to the top left. Every time you do an attack or cast a spell, the stamina bar will go down. Rolling uses it. Running uses it. Having more is always good, though the game is stamina management. You need it to dodge attacks, you need it when you get hit with when you're using your shield and you get hit, you need it to block the attacks or else it will stagger you. Good stat. Basically every class needs some endurance. Vitality increases your maximum equipment load. That is displayed on the bottom right, just above your souls. It's showing that we're using 18.6%. That's the full weight of our equipment, armor, weapons, out of a maximum of 52 weight that we can carry, leading to 35.8%. The numbers aren't as important as a percentage, as far as I understand it, and as always, the wiki is your friend. Under 30, it stops mattering. It just, if you're 20 or 30, it's the same. But between 30 and I believe 80%, it basically scales. The higher the percentage, the less you run, the more stamina you use per swing, stuff like that. I always aim for below 50%. That also determines what kind of a roll you get. I can't really display it since I don't really have much heavy equipment, but I think if we take off all our stuff, you may notice we roll a further distance, we use less stamina. But we don't want to be naked for this run, so we're going to put... Another point, if you take Deprived, you keep that equipment you were wearing before. It's still here, it's not great, but it's better than running around naked, and I've seen people play the game with Deprived and not realize they still have access to it. One of the reasons why I recommend the Explorer is this hat. You can buy this hat early game, but getting it right now is amazing. If you read there at the bottom it says Effect Raise Item Discovery. That boosts the amount of drops you're going to be getting, which is incredibly useful. I can't stress that enough. Getting extra life gems off of basic enemies, being more likely to get the equipment drops, it increases your possibilities for equipping yourself, and it just helps so much. I wear item discovery equipment quite a lot. I wear soul boost discovery equipment quite a lot, even if it's less defense. The fact of the matter is that it's better not to get hit it's better to block attacks. If you're getting hit a lot, you're doing something wrong. You're gonna get hit a lot starting out, but damage management comes down to a lot more than just having high defense.